Long time no see. It has been years since I filmed a video, so I'm probably a little rusty. So bear with me while I get comfortable being in front of the camera again. I'm taking requests for videos that you want to see for hair, makeup, questions that you guys have. You can find me on Instagram at Charm Edwards. You can find the salon page at Charmery Salon. So today I filmed kind of a pink and gold smoky look with just really glowy skin. I feel like it's good for summer because it's not too dark, and it's also a good kind of like daytime smoky look. So if you want to see how to get this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so I'm gonna get started out by priming my eyes, and I'm using the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is gonna keep my makeup in place and keep it from creasing. And then I'm going to go through with my foundation and a damp beauty blender, and I'm going to just apply that to my forehead, and then I'm going to fill in my brows, and I'm not going to do that on camera because I'm going to film a separate video for that so that it's a little bit easier to access. And I'm using the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo foundation in the color 44. It's a little bit dark for my skin, so I definitely have to blend it down onto my neck. And I go over my brows just a little bit, and I do this step first just to have a really clean application of my brows, but I don't do the rest of my face so that while I'm doing my eyes, I don't mess up my cheek area. Okay, so I filled in my brows, and now I'm gonna go in with the Naked One palette, and I'm gonna just use this really light color here, Naked, and I'm gonna put that through the crease line to start, and then I'm gonna go in with this deeper color here, Buck, and I'm gonna use a really, really fluffy blending brush to do that with. I'm just gonna pop that right through the crease. And by using a lighter color to start out with, it's going to help you blend your darker shadows. I'm going to take a brush that's just a little bit denser with that Buck color, which is the darker brown. I'm going to go back in with the fluffy brush, and I'm not putting any extra makeup on it. And that's the wrong one, this one. And I'm just going to go back over the top of that just to further blend. And then I'm going to go in with a little angled brush. This one is fluffy. And I'm going to take the Naked 3 palette in this lightest color here. And you'll just want to use a color that more or less matches your skin tone. It can be a little bit lighter. I'm going to pop this just right on the brow bone. And then I'm just going to blend that down into the colors that I've already used. That just softens the gradient. I'm going to go back in with a denser fluffy brush, and I'm going to use this color Dark Side, which is kind of like a purpley gray. And this is going to go just right through the inner socket. And I'm going to pop a little bit of that on the inside corner, so like the inside corner of the crease. And then just blend that out, and then also on the outside corner. I'm going to take a dense flat brush, and I'm going to wet that just a little bit. You can use water. I use One Prep spray. This is actually a hair product. I like that it's got just a little bit of stickiness to it. And then I'm going to take a pigment by MAC, and this one is called Rose. So it's kind of like a pinky gold. And I'm just going to stick the tip of my wet brush down into that, and then just tap it on the inside of the lid. And by wetting your brush, your color is going to show up a little bit better, and it's going to adhere to the skin. So I'm just going to start by just tapping that on. And whenever you want the most color payoff, you want to sit and tap it into the skin versus rubbing it. And I'm just taking that right up to the crease line. And I generally always do only matte shadows through the crease. I try not to do anything too shimmery. Now, if your eyes are very hooded, you might want to wait until your eyelid dries before you really like put your eyes up, just because that can transfer into the crease. I have a pretty large lid, so I don't really have to worry about that too much. And then I'm going to take that same brush with the product still on it. I'm going to use a highlight color from the Becca Jaclyn Hill highlighting palette, and I'm going to use the Champagne, and this is going to go right on my inner corner. I'm going to take that just softly into the inner corner on the underneath. And then I'm going to take a flat angled brush. This one's really thin. And I'm going to take that same color, Dark Side, which is that purple color. And I'm just going to trace this along the lower lash line just slightly. And then take a small pencil brush. And I'm going to use this kind of shimmery grayish purple color here. This is Mugshot. And this is going to go on that outer corner, and I'm just going to extend that up a little bit to blend with the outside corner from the top lid. I'm going to use kind of a plummy colored pencil. This one's the Sephora Kohl Long Lasting Pencil, and it is in the color Mystic Purple. So it is slightly purple. And I'm going to pop this under my lash line on the top on the waterline and tight line my eyes. And this is great to do for like a no makeup look, because when you're done, you don't really see that the eyeliner's there, but you see how there's more definition. Okay, so I've got that on, and I might put just a little bit more right on my lash line just to darken that up a little bit on the bottom. I'm going to use the Makeup Forever ink liner. I love this stuff. It's super black. I'm going to do just a slight wing. So I'm going to start on the outer corner and just draw a line that's kind of straight out from my eye, and then fill that into the lash line. So you can already see that there's a slight triangle forming. And then I'm just going to extend that from the bottom up. And then smooth that out on the top. And then just work in short little strokes across the rest of my eye. Now, because this liner is a little bit more wet, I'm going to go ahead and do my foundation and my under eye concealing before I curl my lashes and do my mascara, just so I don't take off what we just put on. So I'm going to go back with my Beauty Blender and my Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo foundation, and I'm just going to blot this into the skin. Okay, I'm going to take that same concealer palette that I used on my brows and use that same color, which is the second one in the number 1 palette. And I'm going to use the tip of the Beauty Blender, which is still damp. And I'm going to pop this right under my eyes, kind of in a triangular type shape. And I kind of clean up my shadow with this. So as I am putting this on, I'll kind of drag it across that outside corner. And then that's just going to smooth out any line that you see there too. And then just stipple that into the skin. Okay, I'm going to take a translucent powder. You can use any one. It's the Boots Company brand. I got it at Target. It's the number 7 translucent powder. So I'm just going to shake some of that into the cap, and I'm going to get a decent amount of that on my Beauty Blender on the tip. And I'm just going to pack that under my eye, and this is going to help to set it and keep it from getting crepey or seeing all those little lines that form under there throughout the day. Since I'm going to use a powder contour, I'm also going to put that in the areas where I'm going to have a powder on my face. So through my cheekbone, and then a little bit around my hairline, and on my nose as well. I'm going to give my eyelashes a good curl. I'm going to use the Lancome Sills Boost. This just keeps your lashes soft and it helps build them up a little bit before mascara. So I'm going to pop a coat of this on, and I'm kind of fanning my lashes out as I'm putting it on. So pushing that towards my nose and then fanning these out. And I'm going to use the L'Oreal Voluminous Million Lashes. Put just a little bit on the bottom. And then coat the top lashes. Same thing, pushing towards your nose. And you can do a false lash with this look as well. It would be super pretty. I'm going to work today, and I don't generally wear falsies because I'm too lazy. They take me forever to put them on myself. I use them on brides all the time and then go to put them on myself, and it's like impossible. Sometimes once my mascara is dry, I'll actually go through and curl my lashes again. You don't want to do that if you have a really sticky mascara. This one I like because I don't know whether it's the Sills Boost that I put underneath it or the mascara itself, but it stays really, really soft. So my eyelash curler doesn't get stuck to my lashes because you can actually rip your lashes out that way. I'm going to use the Kevyn Aucoin Contouring Powder in medium. This is kind of like a taupey shade, which is really good since my skin's so fair. It doesn't get too orange. And I'm going to contour right around my hairline. Now, if you don't have a large forehead, you don't need to contour your forehead. If you have a really tiny little forehead, you actually don't want to, because then it's actually going to make it smaller looking. And I'm going to take that through just underneath my cheekbone. So I'm going to get that initial kind of shape laid down where I want it, and then I'll go through and blend it out. I'm going to do just a little bit around my jawline. I'm going to have to start kicking her out. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to take a smaller fluffy brush, and I'm going to contour just a little bit along the sides of my nose. And again, I'm using a fluffy brush because they're going to be easier to blend than anything else. And you can see that I start it at the ridge of my nose and then just pull down, just so you don't have a line there. And then a little bit right through the tip on the other side in a little V. Okay. Now for blush, I'm going to go back to the Becca Jaclyn Hill palette. And I'm going to use the shimmery pink color here. And I'm just going to go right above where I laid that highlight color, or I'm sorry, the contour color. Then I'm going to take a different brush and I'm going to go in with the highlighter. I'm going to use the Champagne Pop color. And then I'll also dip just a little bit in the Prosecco Pop, which is a more golden color. And this is going to go right on top of my cheekbone. Down the center of my nose. A little right through the forehead. If you're super oily, you can skip the parts of your face that are a little bit more oily. Then I'm going to take that same fluffy brush that I used through my brow. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that right on the brow bone. And my Cupid's bow. I'm going to use this NARS gloss, and this one is in Chelsea Girls. I love this color. It's a good nude for my skin tone. Alright, and that pretty much does it. So that just gives you a kind of softer, smoky effect on the eyes. I really like the color combination just because it's not too dark, so I feel like it's good for summer. Really, really glowy skin. If you guys have any questions or you have video requests, definitely post below or find me on Facebook or Instagram, Charm Edwards, and I'll I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.